Al from Hell Maidens, and I'm here with Filip Abbey from the Genitorturers.
Yeah.
Hey, this is my buddy Al that I was telling you about with the website. This is Phil.
How you doing, Phil?
How you doing, Phil?
Yeah, we're going to talk about Genitorturers a little bit, but, you know, really I wanted to get you over here to the studio and talk with you a little bit about, you know, yourself and, you know, some of your upbringing, your history here in Baltimore. You're from Baltimore, correct?
I am. I was definitely born here. It's funny, there was a local band I joined to play bass for called Schizo Calypso, and they were the last band I played with before I started actually touring nationally and internationally. So
that's funny, because I just saw them at Bourbon Street not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're still around.
We'd, you know, he'd still be drawing, packing houses, 600 to 1,000 people.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now, are they a regional or?
Regional act, yes.
Yeah. Now, you have your own project going as well, too, right?
I do. It's been a long time in the making. It's called Zondustrial.
Zondustrial.
And within the next 6 months, should be an album out and starting to get some shows together. So it's really exciting for me to actually have something that's solely mine in the process of being finalized. I live in, I live in the country, so I can be loud at all hours and scream as loud as I want and play music as loud as I want, and that's definitely, you know, been a must-have in order to write and practice.
What's the mood of this project?
Well, I call it Zondustrial because it's industrial, and I had a nickname once. Somebody called me Zon because he found it relative to my appearance, and who knows, you can call like a mystic or a wizard. So he was making fun of me, and I was like, you know what, like, nicknames, they stick whether they're making fun of me or not. So I call it Zondustrial because it's not too far from the truth of what kind of music it actually is. It's very experimental. It's primarily electronic, but I dabble in other things. It's really just, it comes straight from the heart, comes straight from the soul. You know, it's...
You're the primary writer for the project?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Maybe something reminiscent to maybe Trent Reznor's early works?
I wouldn't be offended if you said that.
Excellent. Now with Genitorturers, you joined when?
I joined about 5 months ago. When I joined the band, Jen was doing her electronic project, Gen X, in Australia. It was supposed to be a Genitorturers tour, but she didn't have the full band, so she took our drummer Sean out and her, and they went out and played some of her dance songs and then a couple Genitorture songs. Biz, the ex-guitarist, he lives in Australia, got married and moved there, and I know that he came out and played a couple shows with Jen as well, doing some Genitorture songs, but there is promise that we will go back to Australia because all the promoters want the full band.
I was talking with Tommy Maxwell from Hell Yeah recently, and he was telling me, he said, nothing against, you know, crowds of any other country, anywhere else in the world, but he said that the people in Australia are just absolutely insane.
Well, you know, when you live that far out there, you're kind of starving for, you know, some people to come. It's true, it's too remote, and they have the itch. They need some entertainment, and that's why concerts are so expensive in Australia, because they have to import all their bands.
Everything comes in on a ship or a plane.
Yeah, unless you're raised in black, then you can. From Hawaii. So Sean's first Genitorturers tour, meaning the full rock band, was my first Genitorturers tour. Sean was in Australia doing Gen X.
Okay.
Yes.
With Jen. Gotcha.
Yes. It's all coming together now, huh?
Yeah, now it all makes sense. Okay. Because it's like I said, this is like, I'm piecing everything together from the interview that I did with them to, you know, the interview with you.
Eric's really the longest running so far, you know, at this point.
Gotcha.
Yeah. milk the David Vincent name as much as she can. Well, it is her husband after all.
That's true.
Yeah.
He was in the band for years, right?
Oh yeah.
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 Now, how come he's not playing with them anymore?
He's busy with Morbid Angel,
Okay,
doing a new record.
that's cool.
Yeah. So, you know, nothing bad. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, her and him have been together for years, right?
Yeah, over 20 years.
She's an awesome lady.
Yeah, very motherly, in a good way, you know.
Yeah. Oh, we had the best time hanging out with her and Eric. We're gonna watch the interview.
I can't wait.
Here. We brought booze. We brought liquor to lube you up with. She has liquor. Well, we have more liquor. Yeah, we'll get to see us trying to put Bob's balls in the Humbler. The Humbler.
Enter the Humbler.
That's the Humbler.
Is it open?
Funny, the first guy, his balls were way too big. And this is my testicle technician, Kate.
Oh my God.
She went with me, and I said, go check his testicles. Will they fit? And she went like this, and she goes, too big.
Could you check Bob
The big
and
guy
see if his
came over
testicles
to ass rape the little guy.
All right, I want to see Bob's balls in that thing.
Yeah, dude.
All right, Bob,
Bob, let's see some balls.
in that thing.
Let's see
Come
some
on,
balls.
no. Jen really loves that Humbler.
That Humbler comes up every opportunity she can possibly mention it. And sometimes after show is a bit more fucked up than during the show. Everyone's hanging out at the bar having a couple drinks, and then you get some floozy or some diehard fan that drops his pants, gets humbled in front of everybody post-show. I've seen it happen.
Please, kill me now, Bob. Just fucking kill me now. Bob Hell.
Yeah, dude.
That's what we were shooting for at Bourbon Street. That's what we were trying to get Bob. We tried so hard to get Bob's balls in that Humbler. And I don't know. I don't know if he was just shy or he was afraid of the Humbler. Exactly.
The reason why
Because it gets
he's
good.
not going to do this is he knows the last guy that I put this in, there used to be 2 keys, now there's only 1. See, the deal is that what you really want to fuck someone up, you put them in it, and then you make them swallow the key.
Oh!
They gotta wait till it comes out.
Swallow the key, Bob. Swallow the key. Jen said it was possibly because of it had just been used on a big sweaty man the night before, and that was when she actually sanitized it with Jim Beam into Eric's drink that he drank.
Sailor Jerry.
Really? You want me to pour this in?
Really?
Seriously, good.
You want balls?
Oh!
Dude.
I want to see testicles. Somebody.
All right.
Oh wow. That is some large dude's balls in your mouth.
Oh!
So you know.
That's so delicious. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know.
He was drinking ball juice.
Eric will take any dare, even if you don't say I dare you to. You know that looks like a dare to drink juice from a Humbler. So.
You know, I was tempted that night. I really was. We were drinking pretty hard. By the end of the night, I was tempted, but I knew that it would end up on the site. You know, I just couldn't have that. You know, for my own personal collection, I probably would have let Jen humble me. But
Don't say that because it'll happen. I promise.
What did you listen to growing up? What were the bands that got you into this and, you know, made you want to pick up that bass?
Funny
And why
shit.
the bass?
Well, the bass because it's proportionate to my size, being
You are a big motherfucker.
6'7".
Christ.
It just makes sense to have a long instrument attached to me.
Okay.
Yeah. Robin Fink has been a good influence. Guitarist from Nine Inch Nails. Just always enjoy his energy. Old school Manson, which is funny because when you talk about Genitorturers and their history, being that Manson and Jen, Florida, the Florida scene, they're good friends, and I know Manson used to open for Genitorturers. It's very incestuous, and it still is, and it has been for years. Basically, despite that a lot of these people were my influences, it's really amazing to see how close-knit everything really is. A lot of my influences have become friends. Converge is probably my favorite hardcore band, I guess. I think they're hardcore. They were when I was...
Right. We were talking earlier, and we were talking about the Misfits.
Yeah.
You know, and this shitstorm of controversy that's going around. You know, with the fact that Jerry only being the only original member. You know, that a lot of people are dogging him. A lot of people are really down on the Misfits, saying that, you know, they haven't had anything new come out in forever, and that when it was Doyle's music, and, you know, before that it was all Danzig's music, and, you know, I mean, I've heard people go as far as say that, you know, Jerry's basically just doing a fucking tribute band at this point in time.
I would say that, you know, if something is gonna be that much of a survivor, like you said, it was one of the most recognized logos, and
Of all times.
very
Ever.
influenced band. How many people do you know listen to Samhain? How many people do you know that listen to Danzig in general? How many people do you know that Glenn was the singer of the Misfits? But for Jerry to carry on a legacy, people can't be running around thinking that they own the Misfits. You know, you're not necessarily going to be happy with a band's progression over time. But the fact of the matter is he is original. He carries the name, carries the legacy.
Right.
And whether you like one album over another, or a particular era over another, Misfits are the Misfits.
Jerry's a good guy. I mean, I've met Jerry. I've hung out with Jerry.
He seems like a good guy. He's always out there at the end of shows.
He's a great guy.
People.
He loves to be amongst his fans.
Mm-hmm.
He's really, and yeah, like you said, done a good job, I think, carrying on the name. But you know, at the same time, when we had Danzig at the venue that I work at, he fell off the front of our stage. And after that, yeah, he was really not in such a good mood. And the shame was I'd heard how much of a dick the guy was. But he came into our venue, and he was actually in a pretty good mood that day. He's a tough motherfucker, man, because he went face first off our stage, landed shoulder first into our steel barricades, climbed back up onto the stage, finished his show, and kicked ass. You know, I thought he put on a great show. Finished his show, and then rolled the fuck out. So, you know, I gotta give him thumbs up on that, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe more than I would have done. I might have been like, oh, fuck this, and, you know, out of embarrassment, you know, walk down off the goddamn stage. Have you ever fallen off stage?
I have.
Have you?
Yeah. Nero from Cyclone used to push me off stage into the crowd, even while I had a cord attached to the bass still.
You're a little bit big to be landing on people.
And that's what made it fun.
What you guys got? You got some dates coming?
Yeah, well,
Anything confirmed?
Genitorturers definitely February, March.
Okay.
Just keep posted. And as far as my project is concerned, be on the lookout for Zondustrial, Zondustrial.
Zondustrial.
All right. Well, Phil, man, I can't thank you enough for coming over.
Thank you.
Hanging out.
This is Filip Abbey from the Genitorturers, and you're watching this on hellmaidens.com.